Media Convergence for our Intro to Mass Communications class. My name is Professor Kelsey Stewart. So let's first start off with the most innovative communication that started off in the 1840s to the 1870s. And that was our telegraph to the telephone. So this separated when we had a telegraph and we moved to the telephone. It was initially starting the separation from communication, separated communication from transportation. It transformed information into something that could be bought or sold. So rather than just messages, we were getting meanings, we were getting news, we were getting, just more depth in what we were communicating. This was bumped up incredibly fast by military communication as it helped to, navigate troop locations and so forth. But it also helped to kind of shape future technological developments. We then went on to the radio in the 1920s and the TV. The first TV came out in the 1950s. The first personal computer came out in the 1970s. And by the early 2000s, Windows had launched and a lot of households started getting their own computers. The internet originated as a military government project with computer time sharing as one of its goals. In the 1960s, computers were relatively new, and there were only a few of the expensive room-sized mainframe computers across the country for research to use. The Defense Department's Advanced Research Projects Agency, the ARPA, developed a solution to enable researchers to share computer processing time beginning in the late 1960s. So the most essential innovation during the development stage of the internet was actually email. It was invented in 1971 by computer engineer Ray Tomlinson. He developed software to send electronic messages to any computer on the ARPA net. Tomlinson used the @ symbol to signify the location of the computer user. This established the login name at host computer for email addresses. The original use of email, though, and the internet was a tool for universities, government research labs, and corporations to exchange and post information. The 1970s and 80s offered more technological advances, including the introduction of microprocessors or miniature circuits that process and store electronic signals, enabling the internet to be marketed to personal computers. So fiber optic cables came in the mid-1980s, and these allowed for even more information to be transferred immediately. The introduction of the World Wide Web and first web browsers in the 1990s helped to transform the internet to a mass medium. So when we talk about the term media convergence, it's the process by which previously distinct technologies came together to share tasks and resources. So developments in the electronic and digital eras ushered in this latest stage in the development of media convergence. The term can be split. It can be used to describe all the changes that have occurred over the past decade and are still constantly occurring in the media content and within media companies. We can split the two meanings, one that refers to the technology and one that refers to the business in regards to media convergence. So the first meaning in regards to technology distinguishes the ability to offer media content across different channels. So magazines, music, television, movies, radio programs are all offered on the internet and can be accessed from tablets, smartphones, all on one desktop with applications loaded. The term cross-platform is also used to describe this process, as it describes a business model that involves consolidating various media holdings, such as cable connections, phone services, televisions, transmissions, and internet services under one umbrella. The idea of cross-platforms can be observed in entities like the modern-day newsrooms. For example, the Moorpark Reporter seeks to offer story coverage on all entities through online print publications, videography, as in broadcast, and through podcast airings. This would ensure that the Moorpark Reporter, employing a convergence model, could generate multiple versions of the same story, heightening viewership and readership with minimum employees and minimum resources. The negative drawback with this is that major news stations could also employ the same method and, with their larger outreach, monopolize the story angle to the masses of its viewers. So we have the technology behind media convergence. We have paid media, owned media, and earned media. So all of these different types of media, we can click on this to for further research. But all of these different types of media create, come together and create converged media. So this type of media is not only owned by owned media or paid media or earned media. And this is a relative term in public relations that kind of represents the different types of ways that you can either reach the media or use the media in regards to either advertising or story publication or content outreach. The business behind media convergence. So the second definition of media convergence can be applied to the business side of things. For instance, take Google, who is the most profitable company of the digital era so far. Google is the main organizer for the internet as it finds both new and old media content, old meaning traditional sources like newspapers, videos, radio, and new pertaining to the digital platform. Although Google owns YouTube, the company does not produce traditional media content but functions instead as a delivery or distribution site. Most consumers who find a news story or magazine article through a Google search pay nothing to the original media content provider or to Google. Instead, Google, as a distributor or the intermediary, makes most of its money by selling ads that accompany search results. But not all ads are created equal, and much of the money comes from shopping related searches rather than from the information searches for which it is best known. Journalism critic James Fallows argued that although Google has certainly done its part in contributing to the decline of newspapers, it has also offered an outlet to showcase older newspapers. Google has attempted to help older news media make the transition into the converged world, but is not without personal gain. Google is not a content creator. They depend on others' content to survive. They are just the navigators to the content. As of 2017, Google's policy states sites included in Google's news must not misrepresent, misstate, or conceal information about the ownership of or primary purpose or engage in coordinated activity to mislead users. This includes, but is not limited to, sites that misrepresent or conceal their country of origin or are directed at trustees in other countries under false premises. Today's converged media world has rewritten the rules and old definitions of media. So, mobile phones. The first cell phone came in the 1970s, 1980s, and started off with various sizes. Now we're still in like the debating stage of where we want large phones, almost equivalent to iPads, or back to the smaller route. But the advances are still the same. So the smartphones came around in the early 2000s, with BlackBerry being the first popular internet-capable smartphones. This uses the ability to check email at any time. They created an addicted email behavior and owned the phones, their Crackberry nickname. Apple iPhone actually came out in 2007, and this combined all the qualities of an iPad, an iPod, digital music player, telephone, and internet all in one sleek touchscreen. The app invasion happened in 2008 when they had 1.4 million apps available to do thousands of things on the internet. By 2010, the iPad came and conquered, selling 25 million a year. This allows for multiple visual applications like reading, giving presentations, FaceTime. The idea of accessing any media content anywhere became a reality. The convergence of media and our relationship with media. So media consumption is flexible. We can access it anytime and anywhere. In order to satisfy those demands and stay relevant in such a converged world, media had to change their approach to content. So mobile devices have altered our relationship with the internet. So print is now digital and broadcast. Anyone that wants to see any type of television show can watch it at any time. I remember growing up and actually planning to watch Saturday morning cartoons and making sure that I could watch the ones that my siblings, that we would all kind of fight over who wanted to watch what. And now that's not the case. Kids can watch on demand. They can watch it on phones. They can watch it on YouTube. They can watch any kind of content they want to whenever they want to. Pinkfong is pretty popular, and this is just an example of kids can watch just streaming content. Not that they should, but they definitely can watch it whenever they would like. So not all it's not just one format that's morphing. We can experience media in more than one manner. NFL viewers are able to read live blogs or posts on Facebook and Twitter while the game is going on. Viewers can now watch entire seasons on Netflix. I think now, I know I follow like meetings live rather than just watching it, like on C-SPAN or city council meetings. If I want to watch those, I actually follow them live on Twitter, and it's just as effective, and I really enjoy that. Mobile devices have again altered our relationship with the internet. We're not just using it as a search engine, we use it for multiple